Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barchuni. Barachuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Our sages ask, as soon as the fast is broken, what's the first mitzvah you're supposed to do? Yes, hammer that first nail in your sukkah. Why? Because after our lives have been saved, our souls renewed, our personal accounting before God is in order, we have to turn outward to begin to put our world back in order. Building the sukkah creates the bridge, enabling us to start reframing our world for the kind of construction project we want it to be. With hammer in hand, hearts renewed, having turned the corner to a brand new year, the sukkah awaiting our construction comes with a question. What kind of a world must we try to build? Let our prayer tonight frame your answer.
Tzeitem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Just like the angels, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Welcoming Shabbat, we always begin with light. We need candles. We need people to kindle these candles. I think it's a bat mitzvah and her mom. We're on page 120. Maddie, that's you. That's you.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We turn the page and arrive.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kashana b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, ba'avu v'ratzon, chen hilanu. Zikaron l'maaseh v'reishi, ki hu yom tehila l'mikrei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu varcharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, Shabbat kodshecha be'ava uratzon chen hiltanu Baruch atah Adonai mechadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Chaim. Go share it with your family. You can have a little sip. It's disgusting. As we turn to page 131, in order to get ready for Shabbat, as opposed to, and I use this metaphor in the High Holy Days, a warm-up pitcher. You can't just get on the mound and expect to pitch strikes. You need to sing. You need to let your spirit out. You have to fill this room with ruach, with spirit, with joy. And so we start on 131 with L'chuna Rananah.
L'chuna rananah, l'chuna rananah, l'chuna rananah l'Adonai. L'chuna rananah, l'chuna rananah, l'chuna rananah l'Adonai. Naria, naria, litzor yishenu nekadma, vanav betodah. Naria, naria, litzor yishenu, bizmirot naria lo lechu, lechu neran Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, Vishtachavu lehar kodsho, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Vishtachavu lehar kodsho, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. All together. Romemu, 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 Romemu.
As we turn to page 138, L'chadodi, welcoming the Sabbath bride, the Shabbat Hamalkah. We're going to, I think, sing 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to that last verse, the 9th verse, we actually will face the rear doors of the sanctuary, right? Not Steve Lehman, but the Sabbath bride. He looks nothing like the Sabbath bride, I will tell you, right? I'm guessing. But we turn to the rear in order to greet. But then before you turn back to face the front, take a minute to look around and to greet the people around you, to see the Shabbat glow on their faces and their hearts. L'chadodi.
L'chadodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabela. L'chadodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'ribor echad, Hishmianu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemol tiferet v'litila. L'chadodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabela. L'chadodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor hameraracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. L'chadodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabela. L'chadodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, Kiva orech kumi ori, Uri, Uri, shir daberi, Kevod Adonai alayich nigla. L'chadodi, Likrat Kala, Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom atere ba'ala gam besimcha ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבל לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's day one.
Day one, and
Yeah.
his spirit is so good.
Yeah.
So good, you can see it. There's clearly enough meaningful conversation. I think we should get back to prayer. As we segue seamlessly, remaining standing on page 146, we take to heart Edwin Markham's poetic musing as our life purpose that really guides us. Markham wrote, "He drew a circle that shut me out, heretic rebel, a thing to flout, but love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in." The goal is to create sacred community, not just in here, but out there, with people you know and people you've never met. That's the call of our Baruch Hu.
Yada da da da, 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 yada da da da. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yada da da da, 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 yada da da da. I don't know about you, but from 2 days ago to today, I'm really grateful for the weather outside in a way that I wasn't expecting to be. And to see these colors up here on the bima as the sukkah starts to go up, I look around and I say, Eze achla olam. So what words in there do we know? Olam, that's the world. That's something we're familiar with. Eze means this, and achla is a trick because it's not Hebrew. It's Arabic. In Hebrew slang, kind of for cool or wonderful, the word achla is part of the way that people say it, whether they're Hebrew speakers or Arabic speakers. So, Eze achla olam, what a wonderful world. Sometimes our prayers come from ancient times. Sometimes our prayers come from Louis Armstrong. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Now I'm going to do a little Hebrew. Same thing, Hebrew words. כשאני רואה בחלוני את שמוריק לך וגם לי, אני שר לעצמי. You learn this. איזה אחלה עולם. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. והיום כל יפה, וכל כל כך, לומר שאני אוהב אותך. השמיים כחולים, ענן הוא לבן, והבוקר בהיר, ובלילה בשן, ואחלום לעצמי. You know it's coming. איזה אחלה עולם. Now the blessing for Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, LeAdonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
On 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם me'eretz Mitzrayim, liod lachem le'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem.
Emet. Atop page 157, the world can be wonderful, and yet still we have so much work to do. Michael Walzer reminds us we can only get from here to there by walking and joining forces together. Join me. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Atop 158. Making ready for our tefillah, the core of our prayer, both in the prayer book and the prayers that we'll offer of our own hearts. Consider Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel's amazing, awesome awareness. Prayer, he says, is our humble answer to the inconceivable surprise of living. We so often take for granted what a wonderful world it is, even with the heartache, even with the struggle. There is so much to celebrate, still always hope, and still always light. That frames our highest hope as we join on page 164 in our tefillah. We rise.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid, tehilatecha. Adonai, sifatai tiftach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Go chasadim tovim vekonei hakol. Stay avot v'imahot umevi geula livnei v'neihem leman shemo be'ahava melech ozer umoshia umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Baal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua Bene'eman Atala HaChayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim b'chol yom Hallelu Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Atop page 171, Rabbi Chaim Stern, following the same theme, writes, days pass and the years vanish and we walk sightless among miracles. So close your eyes for a minute. This is your chance to recognize the miracle right in front of your eyes, right before your face, the miracle touching your heart, the gifts, some days that don't seem so apparent, but are yet there. Even the miracle of this moment. Take a minute and give thanks.
Ose shalom bimromav, uya aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, uya aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, uya aseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ose shalom bimromav, huya aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, huya aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, huya aseh
The prayer for shalom, so beautiful, our hope for wholeness, and yet still so many face the future not shalom, not whole. And so we rise as a congregation, joining hands, connecting arms, certainly joining hope, as we pray for those who face the future not fully whole. Or you can sit down too, it's fine, not a big deal. Whatever you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with. We especially think about those in our own lives. So if you're thinking about somebody, have their names on your lips, somebody who's struggling against sickness, somebody who so longs to be healed.
Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
Read the names. We especially remember at this moment to pray for healing Paul Millman, Nancy Hanley, Marlo Wiggins, Dick Stone, Harriet Lipton, Hannah Stampleman, Enid Elton, Jody Kahn, Stanley Tereski, Bob Glassman, Andy Rosenthal, Sandy Warshaw, Louis Siegel, June Foreman, Paul Wiggins, Joseph Spinelli, Harriet Katz, Sam Phillip, Pat Ryan, Jerry Gallner, Ian Spear, Julie Ross, Megan Kearney Bailey, Tavia Ben Firmahinka, Dan Zimmerman, Tyler Grad, Karen Levine, Joanne Tobin, Evelyn Silberg, Jonathan Glassman, Shari Benny Shai, Renata Hirsch, Richard Spool, Marvin Weiss, Louise Coleman, Rose Feigenbaum, Abby Zatoon, and my son Aaron. Will anyone here add a name in hopes of healing? Amen. Please be seated. Just a tidbit of Torah. It's all you need. It's a tidbit of Torah. This is Parshat Ha'azinu, and so it's Moses' swan song, literally. It's his big poem that he says to the people of Israel, reminding them that they're going to go astray and not make good decisions. And yet, the end of the portion is really, which is actually my rabbinic thesis, and if you want, I can give you 140 pages, but I don't have that time. But what happens is he goes up on Mount Nebo, and he knows he's going to die. And the Midrash is that it says that God shows him the land of Israel from one side to the other. But the rabbis know that's impossible. You can't see the land of Israel, even a good eye. And it says that Moses' eyes were never dimmed, but his vision unabated. But it's still, he couldn't see. So what do the rabbis interpret? He showed him the unfolding of Jewish history. He showed him what was going to happen in the land of Israel. And so Rabbi Stephen Rubenstein has this beautiful image. He writes a modern midrash. And the midrash he writes is this, that Moses goes up, and he has God by his side. And God and Moses have a conversation, and as they're talking about what's going to happen in the future, they see the people of Israel entering the land. And Moses sees his children accomplishing his dream. Because you could think, what a cruel thing that Moses can't be there. But that was the deal. 120, lived a wonderful life, did amazing things. He watches the realization of his dream through the people. And God turns to him and says, in essence, what you're seeing is the beginning of creation, or creation anew. And Moses turns to God, says Rabbi Rubenstein, and says, they're going to plant a beautiful garden. How many people here have ever planted a garden? Okay. Would you say it is hard work? Did your garden work when you planted a garden? What'd you grow?
Herbs, tomatoes.
Back on in Larchmont, right? Okay. What'd you grow? Hosta. Okay. But that's easy. That was easy. No, that was easy. What'd you plant? What'd you plant, sir? Didn't come out so well. Planting a garden, it's hard work. To get it to work, as I mentioned during the holy days, my wife was a great gardener. And she watered every day and weeded and made me dig holes and get down on the ground and get dirty. It is very hard work. So think about this. We have just entered the promised land of a new year. We are all gardeners. Our tools are not hoes and rakes and shovels. Our tools are compassion and kindness and justice. We have the opportunity to plant a beautiful garden in this world. And boy, does it need weeding. But you are the gardeners. And Moses is counting on you to make this place that we share like the garden, like Eden again. The concluding section of our service on 586. I'm going to call on the on-deck B'nai Mitzvah families, right? This is your big warm-up moment to come on up and attend the Ark. We rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, la'tekeru la'liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'kor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
An alternate to the prayer following Aleinu by Judy Chicago. And then all that is divided will merge, and then compassion will be wedded to power, and then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind, and then both men and women will be gentle, and then both men and women will be strong, and then no person will be subject to another's will, and then all will be rich and free and varied, and then the greed of some will give way to the needs of many. And then all will share equally in the earth's abundance. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures. And then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again.
V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
Making ready for Kaddish on page 598. Recognizing those who leave us, live on through the lives that we live, Margaret Torrey frames this moment of memory. She writes, "Healing is both an exercise and an intention. It is the wisdom of the daily swing of life and death in all creation. There is defeat to overcome, an acceptance of living, and always there must be hope. Not hope of healing, but the hope which informs the coming moment and gives it reason. The hope which is each person's breath, the certainty of love and of loving. Death may live in the living and healing rise in the dying, for whom the natural end is part of the gathering, the harvest. To know healing is to know that all life is one, there is no beginning and no end, and the intention is loving. Our remembering waters the seeds that they have planted, long growing, a harvest of hope, blessings they bequeathed us, still nourished by the gifts of their love. We especially call to mind, at this moment of memory, the Yortsites observed of Barbara Weitzman, Dinny Winslow, Mary Bavona, Jeanette Scleroux, Rachel Finkelstein, Norman Herzberg, Saul Arnau, Mildred Matros Brown, Raymond House, Sadie Stein, Lucy Sanger, Louis Arian, Martin Levine, Alan Elkind, Anna Barton, Ruth Weiss, Samuel Barton, Rose Altman Swidler, Ralph Steinman, Morton Madden, Abraham Cantor, Edward Block, Hyman Finkelstein, Joseph Kolodny, Norman P. Cohen, Howard B. Rosen, Isidore Cohen, Marcus Widman, Mark Leugman, Deborah Ovadoff Abelson, Rabbi Saul Kaplan, Sergio Blaiston, Phyllis Rothman, George Schoengood, Margaret G. Weissman, Carol Lowenstein, Harry Cooper-Smith, Ralph D. Gantz, Hilda Rosenbaum, Jetta Gottesfeld, Jean Tanney, Dorothy Schlanger, Minnie Belfent, Maurice Robbins, Max Fishback, Max Spitzer, Maurice Murmy, and Esther Cohen. Anyone here add a name in sacred remembrance? To their memories, we link the names of 5 who recently in the past 30 days, Shloshim, have been laid to their eternal rest. Erwin Letterman, father of David, Mark, and Evan, Dr. Robert Elias Reamer, husband of Ruth, father of Scott, David, and Claudia, stepfather of Karen, Michael, and Alyssa. Rosalind Polsky, mother of Fran Reamer and Beth. D.L. Cohen, mother of Romy Kerwin, as well as Gary. And to be laid to his eternal rest on Sunday, Herb Molis, husband of Ellen, father of Ron and Kerry, Cindy and Robert, Ken and Julie, grandfather of 10, great-grandfather of 2. The gardens they planted still bloom, thanks to the gift of our love. We join together in words of Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba be'alma divrach erutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'olmei almaya yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yit hadar, v'yit alev, v'yit halal, shmei de kudsha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen, Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen, oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be our blessing. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm Steve Lehman, Executive Vice President, and most assuredly not the Shabbat bride. For those of you who joined us for our Yom Kippur midday service, either live or by our live stream, don't worry, I don't have to lift anything today, so that's good. I want to start by thanking our clergy, our rabbi, our cantor, the rest of our clergy who are hopefully taking a well-deserved rest, all of our staff for just a spectacular High Holy Days. Really meaningful, really moving, and really a joyous time and a somber time altogether. I also want to thank our accompanist, David Jutt, who is joining us tonight for this little Shabbat service. A mazel tov in advance to Madeline Cassidy. Maddie, what are we going by? You like Maddie Cassidy. And to Brian and to Lauren, and to all of Team Cassidy here. You guys are very easy to spot, especially from behind. You know, if the lights go out, we'll know how to walk out. But Maddie, I'm sure you're going to do a great job tomorrow. We're really looking forward to it, and you can't back out now because I've sold it, so you gotta show. We have a lot going on in the midst of this holiday season, especially coming up this Sunday at a new time of 12 o'clock to 1:30. We have the Brotherhood breakfast. It's my kind of breakfast at 12 o'clock on a Sunday. We're going to be talking about prison reform and the mass incarceration crisis with some really interesting and set of remarkable personal stories and speakers that they're going to have joining them. And then, as the rabbi said, we move right on to Sukkot. And we're going to be celebrating Sukkot in our new, bigger sukkah beginning this Sunday. And it's a good thing that it's bigger because we've got a lot going on in there. On Sunday, starting at 4:30, is the family-friendly Sukkot Eve Sukkah Fest. All kinds of activities that are family-friendly, culminating in dinner. Then on Monday, October 10th at 9 a.m., we have the Sukkot Festival Service and Breakfast. Then there's so much here, I got to keep track of it. On Wednesday, maybe my favorite thing we've got listed, the Kesher grades 4 through 6 is going to have Pizza in the Hut in the sukkah. I'm not sure if that's a trademark infringement or a play on a Star Wars character, but it sounds like a lot of fun, whatever it is. Thursday, October 13th, our seniors get in the mix, and we have the seniors' lunch in the sukkah. Bring your own lunch, but we'll supply the coffee, the cake, and some singing with Cantor Orengel and Rabbi Frankel. And if it's cold, don't worry, we'll move it indoors, because nobody wants to be out in the cold. And then that evening, the LT has a women's event, Sips and Song, in the sukkah. So it's we're really making use of this new sukkah we've got. And then we'll roll right into Simchat Torah the following weekend on Sunday with a bunch of celebrations on Sunday and the Monday. All this stuff some of it's being live streamed, some of it you got RSVP for, so we have a head count. It's all on the web, it's all on the Friday emails. Call the office if you have any questions, but we'd love to see everyone come and join us and celebrate in these holidays in some way. And that's not all. There's more. I got page 2. But it's short, don't worry. The Social Justice Initiative is joining us, asking everyone to join leaders from Reformed congregations around the state for a virtual meeting on Wednesday, October 12th, 7:30 to 8:30, to learn about a proposal on the November ballot to fulfill our RAC New York Climate Covenant and back New York's first public referendum on environmental bond proposal in 25 years. And then I don't want to leave without just hyping at the end of October. I know it's far off, but start planning now. 28th to the 29th, we have our scholar in residence, Professor Dara Horn, author of People Love Dead Jews, a wonderfully titled book. And that'll all focus on memory and meaning, the stories we tell ourselves, with a number of events. It's part of our learning theme for the whole year. So lots to think about and plan on. Go home, get your calendars out, figure out what you can join us for. and enjoy the rest of the evening. Shabbat shalom to everybody.
I think we're rising for our closing song. I feel it.
Let's do it.
I feel it. I feel it.
O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.